Hello everyone, we're moving quickly through our Best of the Rest series, talking about the rest of the cards in Aether Revolt not spoiled individually. In today's video, we're going to tackle the rest of the black cards in the set. We've already seen both white and blue, and if you missed them, you can see them by clicking the first link in the description. Super easy, awesome playlist. Also, if you enjoyed this video and videos like these, be sure to hit that like button, helps out a lot. Now, without further ado, let's jump right in and see what black is working with. Alley Strangler is 3 mana for a 2/3 Aetherborn Rogue with Menace. Pretty standard limited filler here. A 2/3 for 3 doesn't really jump out at you unless it comes with a decent ability, and while Menace isn't nothing, it isn't anything to write home about either. Again, decent filler card, but I'm not going out of my way to grab some of these in draft. It's okay filler. That's about it though. Cruel Finality is 3 mana for an instant. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn, scry 1. This is black, so we're assuredly going to see a lot of removal, and this is a great first example. 3 mana for -2/-2 is already on the table as being relatively playable due to, removal, and its instant speed, and you get scry 1. This comes with a decent amount for a common. It's no disfigure, but it'll perform alright. Not a super high pick, but it'll make your main deck most of the time. Daring Demolition is 2 of anything and 2 black for a sorcery. Destroy target creature or vehicle. Removal. Hard removal for days. I like the flexibility given. Assuredly that's due to its sorcery speed nature. Being able to destroy a vehicle, great. Destroy a creature, great. Garden Variety removal here, gonna play it for sure. Defiant Salvager is 3 mana for a 2/2 Aetherborn Artificer. You can sacrifice an artifact or a creature to put a +1/+1 counter on the Salvager. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. This was a great card until the last sentence. Activate only as a sorcery? That's savage. Removing the instant response capability of this card takes away a lot of value. Can't get extra value in combat, can't save it from a burn spell. I suppose it makes sense because it's a common, but still, can't help but feel slightly disappointed here. On the plus side, check out that artwork though. Wow, sign me up. Fen Hauler is 7 mana for a 5/5 insect with Improvise. It can't be blocked by artifact creatures. Well, hello there, Mr. Robot Happy Pants. 7 mana for a 5/5 is unblockable to artifacts, a little nicer. Improvise, very nice. In the right deck, this is easily a top-end play, probably a blue-black artifact-based limited strategy. This is the kind of reward we were looking for. Powerful creature, high cost you can make lower with the right cards, perfect. This is quite strong. Foundry Hornet is 4 mana for a 2/3 insect with flying. When it enters the battlefield, if you control a creature with a +1/+1 counter on it, creatures your opponents control get -1/-1 until end of turn. I do love me some targeted nausea, and a 4 mana 2/3 flyer isn't the worst stat line in the world. This could make your deck even without a lot of counter synergy, but it definitely helps. If you have Fabricate in your deck or other ways to stack counters, this becomes a huge priority. A lot of text on this little insect. At worst, it's a decent flying option with a lot of upside. It's a good card. Fourth Bridge Prowler is 1 mana for a 1/1 human rogue. When it enters the battlefield, you may have target creature get -1/-1 until end of turn. Hey, it's Black Forge Devil, but way less pissed off. I really enjoy this card. It can take down Thopter, Servos, many creatures in this limited format, and, at the absolute worst, it can trigger Revolt by killing itself. Expensive, maybe, but might be worth it based on the Revolt cards you have available. It's an interesting common. I like it a lot at 1 mana. Gonti's Machinations is 1 mana for an enchantment. Whenever you lose life for the first time each turn, you get 1 energy. You can also pay 2 energy and sacrifice the enchantment, and each opponent loses 3 life and you gain life equal to the life lost this way. This is my kind of enchantment, think about it. Not only are you triggering this whenever your opponent messes with your life total, but you also trigger it when you mess with your life total. Need to pay life? You're losing life. Live fast? Sweet. I'll take a free energy. There's a lot of flexibility with a card like this. If you can get this on the ground early, even in a one-on-one game, the amount of energy you can accrue by the late game will be astronomical. In the right deck, this is bonkers for sure. Ironclad Revolutionary is 4 of anything and 2 black for a 4/4 Aetherborn Artificer. When it enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice an artifact. If you do, put 2 +1/+1 counters on the Revolutionary, and each opponent loses 2 life. My goodness, this thing is strong. 6 mana for a 4/4 is blah. But if you sacrifice an artifact, 6 mana for a 6/6 and shock to the face, that's looking much better. As long as you have the artifacts to sacrifice, this will be a high priority pick. But if you don't have adequate artifacts, I don't like this guy too much at all. By the time you get to 6 mana, you want to be doing more than dropping vanilla 4/4s. So be sure you have the fodder for this before jamming it in. Perilous Predicament is 5 mana for an instant. Each opponent sacrifices an artifact creature and a non-artifact creature. Everyone meet a bomb card. Bomb card meet everyone. Perilous Predicament is absurdly powerful. 5 mana is a lot, but it's instant speed, and you have the possibility of wrecking 2 creatures. Let's be honest, one of which is probably a vehicle. Again, thank you, instant speed. Great card. This is an amazing card. And it doesn't even target. Do not underestimate the power of sacrifice effects. This thing is truly, truly ridiculous. Renegade's Getaway is 3 mana for an instant. Target permanent gains indestructible until end of turn. Create a 1/1 servo. On the surface, I enjoy this card. It lets you save one of your creatures from certain death. You actually end up netting 1 creature. I do like that, I do. But you're going to be holding onto this for a while, waiting for the right time. Holding up 3 mana indefinitely? Some limited formats may enjoy that. I don't think this is one of them. I'm not saying the Getaway is unplayable, not at all. But I do think it should be approached with more realistic expectations like most combat tricks. It's alright, could be a nice filler, but it shouldn't be a priority play. Resourceful Return is 2 mana for a sorcery. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. If you control an artifact, draw a card. If you control an artifact, this is 2 mana to get 2 cards. In an artifact-heavy deck, this could be the most underrated card in the set. Usually I shy away from regrowth spells, but this one, I am all over this. Adding the draw card clause makes this worthy of discussion. If you have enough artifacts to keep this turned on, this is a solid playable card, absolutely, without a doubt. I would easily put it into any deck with a big enough artifact sub-theme. Hands down, 100%, do not underestimate this. Sly Requisitioner is 5 mana for a 2/2 human artificer with Improvise. Whenever a non-token artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, create a 1/1 servo token. I think this is a solid card, especially with Improvise. Hopefully you're going to be playing this at least a turn or 2 early. Since the trigger specifies non-token artifacts, you're going to need to make sure you have enough. Either create a sack engine to get rid of them for value, or just naturally letting them die will trigger your cool servo army. It's a nice insurance policy, but like many of the cards we've looked at today, you need a solid artifact sub-theme to pull it off, because 5 mana for a 2/2, that's real bad. And with that concludes our look at the rest of the black cards in Aether Revolt. What do you think? Personally, I think the color has a lot of synergy with artifacts. You notice that too, right? A ton of these cards are dependent on having some solid artifact sub-themes going on. It seems pretty clear that blue and black are going to make great support colors for an artifact build. So let me know what you think. Do you think black stacks up to white and blue? Where do you think it falls in relation to them? Primary color, support color? You know I love hearing what you have to say. Also, stay tuned to the channel for more Aether Revolt awesomeness as we get closer and closer to pre-release. There's exciting stuff coming. As always, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time. This video is brought to you in part by TCGplayer.com. If you want some solid black cards from Aether Revolt, you've come to the right place. Right now, you can get our favorite Aetherborn Vampire for a bargain, $1.20 each. Yanni is looking fine and cheap. Both things I enjoy. If it isn't your speed, how about our new demon friend, the Herald of Anguish? Soon to be Commander Powerhouse, sitting at $4.25 right now. You can grab copies of the demon for any painfully evil artifact deck you got going on. Interested in either of these black goodies? Click the links, helps the channel, everyone wins, enjoy.